on the East Coast. Still really late over here on the West Coast. I think Rogan just dropped a bone down in between the seat switches. What'd you drop, buddy? Let me see what I can help you with. What'd you drop down there? Let me see. What did you? Oh, I see it. I see it. Where is it? Where is it? Did you drop a bone in there? That's me. Oh, no, buddy. He dropped something under the couch, but I don't see it. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't see it, buddy. He dropped his bone. Here, play with this. You got this. You got this thing. You play with that? Yeah. Play with that. 229. God damn, look at all you motherfucking late motherfuckers. Holy shit. Roger, Philip, James, Phil. You didn't think I was going to see that, Philip and Phil? Well, I did. I see you both. Kathy, Philip, Karsten. Haven't gone to bed yet. Studying for midterm. Fuck school, man. They teaching you how to garden and grow cannabis there? I hope. Nothing else really fucking matters at this point. Yeah, I went down in my grow too. I'm so over that shit right now. I don't even want to look at it. Just, it's something always happens. It's always something. Every time I start a grow, some bullshit happens. You have to be so dedicated and you have to be so present, and I have no automation, so it's just lazy. I didn't get a timer. I need a fucking timer. I put my other timer in storage. I need my fucking timer. I didn't buy one because I was lazy. And now I'm paying the price because I don't have a timer on my watering system. And it's hard to get down there twice a day and fucking water every day. My soil requires it because I got to keep that soil alive because I'm not using nutrients. I'm just using the soil. Luke. Yeah, you need to proofread your shit, bro. You can't be sending Trey Andy as Dabbers to Snoop Dogg. What's that? He's not going to know what Trey Andy as Dabbers is. So the way to do it is to start typing trendy, T-R-E, and I should pop right up. Trendy as Dabbers. Look at the little drop-down list and just click on it. Then you'll never make a typo when doing an @ Karsten did it too. He was trying to send an @ to Chris Mars MX. He sent it to fucking Chris Mars, some other totally random guy on Twitter. And I'm like, yo, Chris Mars, there's another Chris Mars out there making you look bad. He's like right on. But you guys got to proofread your shit. Seriously. You can't go back and on Twitter, you can't go back and fix it. There's no editing. You can delete it and redo it when you catch yourself making a typo. But that's the thing I like about Twitter, is it forces you to be vigilant. It forces you to use the correct spellings. It forces you to proofread because you look like an idiot if you don't on Twitter. I'm in arguments all the time with people on Twitter and they mistype shit. They look like fools. What, did you not proofread your own shit before you hit send? You look like an idiot. If you're having an argument with somebody and you mistype something, it doesn't help your argument when you mistype shit. So if you want to retain your dignity during an online, whether you want to call it a disagreement or a debate, proofread your shit, guys. No matter how mad shaking your hands might be when you're fucking typing back to somebody, take a breath, calm down, and reread your shit. Don't be in a hurry, and make sure you spelled everything correctly because a typo will immediately take points away from your side of the argument. It makes you look like you're dumb. So that's what Twitter does. It makes you smarter. It forces you to be more intelligent. And that's one of the things I love about Twitter. It's making us all smarter because we're all having to bounce ideas off each other. I'm having to go research shit to find out that these guys are full of shit that are talking about, the tide level. The tide level meters aren't tracking any rise in sea level. And I'm like, but they are, and here's the evidence for it. And then there's silence on their end. I'm shutting fools down left and right on Twitter. And you guys can do it too. Will better me? Yeah, betters me too. You know, I made the statement there's no women that deny climate because women are smarter than men. That triggered those fuckers so bad. Oh my God, I know a woman. You're using confirmation bias. You don't know what you're saying. You know, and I did it just to trigger motherfuckers. I'm sure there's women out there who disagree with client science. I'm sure there's women out there who disagree with the science that is put before us. I'm sure there's moronic women out there, just like there's Candace Owens. She's one of them. I know she exists. So the reason that I said that was to trigger those fools into getting into a side argument with me about something that doesn't even matter. It's something so stupid. And it worked. And these guys are arguing that point with me, and I'm just fucking stringing them along, wasting their time. Because it's not even worth arguing about. Of course they're right. Yeah, you'll find a woman out there that doesn't believe the climate science. Of course you'll find that. And the fact that I said you won't gives you an opportunity to try to prove me wrong on something so meaningless and stupid that you are literally wasting your argument time on something that everyone else that will read that will be laughing and being like, Trendy Nay knows there's women out there that don't believe in climate. So he just said that to perpetrate. Yeah, of course I did. You think I really believed that shit when I said it? I tweet Candace Owens all the time. I saw her interview with Joe Rogan. She admitted she does not believe the science. She thinks it's a money-making industry, just like Donald Trump does, because she's going to believe everything that the big, powerful orange man tells her, because she's a fool like that. Sure, I know there's women out there, and I made the statement just to fuck with these guys, because I knew they'd fall into the trap and try to call me names and call me out and blah, 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 and fucking lose their shit over it. And I'm just sitting there typing back at them, laughing at them. And I'm like, wow, you went through so much trouble trying to find a woman that will back up your bullshit, yet you don't want to go back up your bullshit. You just want to go, you're so desperate to go find a woman to validate you that the argument, once the woman validates you, it doesn't validate the argument. It just makes the woman look dumb. So, voice to text? Oh, yeah, I have a problem with voice to text. It always misunderstands me, and I try to speak slowly and clearly, but there always gets a couple. Don't fuck with Mr. Trendy, bitches, Thomas Davis. So, yeah, I'm just getting a kick out of the whole reason, these people trying to reason that the globe's not warming, and then they'll say, well, the globe is warming, but it's not at a rate that we should be alarmed at. You know, say these fucking city dwellers. What do they know? They live in a fucking city. They got air conditioning and they got gas in their cars. They don't know what's going on in the forests. They don't know what's going on with the pine beetle. They don't know what's going on out in the oceans. They have no idea, but they sit there and they act like they do. I live in the fucking forest. I literally live in the woods. I literally see the trees dying all around me. Most of these motherfuckers do not. I have the evidence right here. It's not some data I'm looking at on a chart. It's the environment in which I live in. And everyone else lives in the environment too. You know, just because it's happening to me and not you yet, doesn't mean it's not going to wipe us all off the face of the earth. Somebody tried to dicker with me on extinction. And I thought to myself, wow, you're going to try to argue extinction with me now? Extinction levels? They're like, I bet you can't name one species that has gone extinct due to climate, the globe warming. And I said, I could name 54,750 that died this year, motherfucker. How hard would it be to pick one of those out of 54,000? You know? Right. So, does anybody know who Bong Rip is? I'm not expecting any of you to know the answer to that question. Does anybody know who Bong Rip is? He's basically faded away into obscurity, from what I can tell. But he's still tweeting, and nobody's following his tweets. Um, he definitely is an unscrupulous dude. I don't respect the guy at all. For those of you who don't know him, um, but if you choose to start a movement and you base that movement on children, I've got a problem with that. Unless you're Greta Thunberg and you are a child, why would a grown man be leading a bunch of children around? You know. So that was my first issue with him. Second problem was, he got caught, you know, by his audience being himself, and being himself doesn't really go with the norm. Yeah, you guys don't know him. It doesn't really go with the norm of what society accepts today, and which I understand. I don't accept it either. I don't understand people that do the things that he does. But it doesn't hurt me. What he does doesn't hurt me, so I'm a little less judgmental about it. But I'm afraid that him coming out as somebody that cross dresses, I think it did massive amount of damage to his movement. And I think a lot of his followers got turned off when they found out about that. I was like, he's crazy. Whatever he's into, it doesn't bother me. But I feel sad for him that he lost support from his audience when he seemed to have something that was gaining momentum. But at the same time, you're basing a movement on children. You're catering to kids. And, his deal was he had a chat room. He literally had children in the chat room, and he was giving them authority, calling them generals. If you're going to have some kind of a society or a group of people, you can't put children in charge of adults. And if you do, you're going to have, I don't understand it. I think he's got issues around kids. I don't know what they are. I really don't want to find out about it. But my point is this. He's still tweeting every day on Twitter, and he's not doing a goddamn thing to bring anybody up to support him in doing it. He's got a following, obviously, but he's not appealing to them to come on Twitter and support him like I do. And now that I've done it, you guys are, trying, and you're getting a little movement going, which is good. We're making some gains. But this guy, man, he's not going anywhere. And I feel bad for him. It kind of sucks when you're out there and you're screaming at the top of your lungs and nobody is listening. And I understand that some people may have heard some things about me that they might not have liked and that they believed. And I can only say, hey, man, fuck you if you believe that bullshit from unscrupulous sources that have been proven unreputable. Go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. But I also can see how that somewhat works against me like it worked against him. Whereas people don't want to support you as much because they believe certain things. But I just want to say this. If you guys have any questions before you leave, watching my show and supporting, if you have something you want to ask me, fucking ask me. You can ask me right on the goddamn live stream. I don't give a fuck. I'm not embarrassed about anything that's occurred in my life ever. And I will reveal it to you right here. If there's something that's giving you pause about supporting me, bring it up, because I hate to see what happened to Bong Rip happen to me. Of course, I don't think it will because I don't follow his practices, putting children in charge and cross-dressing and then trying to hide that from my audience. Let me tell you something. If I was into something strange like that, if I had some weird shit that I was doing on some website somewhere or whatever, I'd let you guys know, because there's no reason for me to be hiding the person that I really am, or that I believe that I am, or that I strive to be. That's part of being in this movement, is being yourselves. It doesn't always work out for you, but it feels good. You know, people don't always accept you for your differences. I understand that. I see what's happened to Bong Rip. He's got no support now. Um, and I can understand why. You know, people have the same perceptions as me about him, I'm sure. And a lot of people will jump to conclusions and make those judgments, and then they will base their actions on those judgments. They're not going to go support him anymore. But he, back in the day, before people knew what he was truly about, whatever his sexual preferences are, or whatever his choice of attire is, he was the man. Let me tell you something. He had a huge following. He was one of the biggest movers and shakers in the original cannabis movement back in the day. You know, someone like that could not run for president of the United States. And when you got skeletons in your closet like that, you know, you're going to have problems down the road. And it sucks, because that's who you are, man. And I understand that's who you are. That's who you're going to be. People are going to judge you, and they're going to decide not to support you. It's a catch-22, man. It's like, you want to be yourself. You want to be what you feel. But at the same time, society has its limits, you know? It's like this Pete Buttigieg guy that's gay. And I have no problem telling you that he's a gay man. I have no problem telling you that he sucks dick. I have no problem telling you that he takes dick up his ass. I have no problem saying that. You know why? Because he's a piece of shit. He's a fucking liar. And I hate him. And everything is on the table. And he put it on the table. He put his sexuality on the table. Just like Bong Rip did. He put his sexuality on the internet for people to discover. I have no sympathy for that at all. It's who you are. You should be fucking proud of it. Fine. But if you're trying to go for a leadership position, and you've got those kinds of skeletons in your closet, hey man, that's life. And that's all. You could try to fight the man. You could try to fight the machine. They could even make a big movie about you and have millions of people feel sorry for you. But why'd they make the movie about you? Because you fucking failed. Because society did not accept you. Because if they accepted you, nobody would really be talking about it, would they? Sometimes it sucks to be you, you know? Depending on what you're about. It sucks. But like I said, that's life. Life's not perfect. It deals all of us crazy shit hands sometimes, you know? You know, some people might look at Donald Trump and say, well, look at what life dealt him. He's so rich. He's got everything he ever wanted. Yeah, he's the biggest narcissist in the world, and we all know it. That sucks. That's horrible. It's horrible to be perceived like that. You know, just to deny reality and to walk around with your head so far up your ass that it's let your own head is coming out of your mouth. You know? So he might have all the money in the world, but if you said to me, Nay, you could be Donald Trump, President of the United States, but you have to be Donald Trump, and you could have all of his money and access and privilege. Fuck you, I'd rather be Trendy Nay. I want to be me with my, you know, 1/1,000,000th of the amount of money that man has. I'm sure I probably have more than 1/1,000,000th, but maybe 1/100,000th or whatever it is. I'm more than satisfied with my cash flow. You know, and I don't need to be someone different to be happy or to try to prove anything to y'all. This is who I am. This is what you get. You've either come to the point now where you accept me for what I am or you don't. But if you do, then go through the motions and get on Twitter and help me out over there. Can you guys, are we still here? Are we still live? What's going on here? You guys, nobody's typing anymore. Nobody's talking. I thought maybe we'd have a nice conversation. I got 16 people watching and not a single person typing for the last 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes. Well, I don't know why you guys aren't typing to me. Is it a glitch or something? Is there some kind of a problem? I'm gonna go get me a splash of confetti. You guys let me know what's going on with the chat, man. I don't know if it's broken or what. I haven't smoked yet, but I feel like I have. Where's my fucking mug, man? Oh, here it is. It's on the windowsill. Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Okay. Here we go. Splash time. Splash time. Okay. Yeah, a little caffeine here to perk me up. Trying to get the house organized a little bit. I let it go. My brain gets disorganized and my house gets disorganized. And I've been working on my taxes every day, and it's so much, man. Oh man. Oh, you're still here? You're live, Randy. You are still here. Trump is so arrogant. It's all about him. I'm here listening. It just kicked me off. I know. I saw people got kicked off. Like 6 or 7 people got kicked off all at the same time. All right, 5:49 on the East Coast. You're live. ORF, old retired fucker, right? That's what ORF stands for. My kafefi's ready. Let's do it. Let's do the coffee. You got food. Yeah, you got it. Right there. Gets me a splash of confetti. Just a splash, just a splash. Gets me a splash of confetti. Just a splash, just a splash, just a splash. To go pee and catching a show with Nate is great. Chat is running slow. Oh, okay. Coffee with Nate. God, this coffee's fantastic. Oh my God. I love when I get a good tasty cup like this. Forget about it. Oh. Fucked up VA. Bill Lowry, what's up, son? I think this is that True Black. Too strong. I'm not sure. Bill Lowry, Bill Lowry. What's up, guys? Let me know if you're having connection issues, please. I would love to hear. And you guys, I know it's early, and I know your brains aren't working yet, but go ahead and share this in a large group for me right now. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so good morning, Jay Hiles. Jay Hiles. What do you guys say we do a bong rip and start the show off correctly? 24 minutes in, I haven't even smoked yet. Man, I must be addicted to cannabis. I just couldn't wait to do that bong rip. All right, cheers, everybody. This is your night show, by the way, which did not happen. I was watching Better Call Saul. Oh, yeah. No, I have no desire to go to Australia whatsoever. Thank you, Tommy. Yo, Michael Jr. Holland, what's up, son? Bronco, hello. Better Call Saul. Oh yeah, it should be supplemented with Breaking Bad. You know, I'm watching both of them simultaneously. It's, you know, what's great is you forget some of the characters from Breaking Bad when you're watching Better Call Saul. If you go back and watch Breaking Bad, you'll be like, oh shit, there's that motherfucker. When Walt, I see, this is what you forget about Breaking Bad. At the very beginning of the goddamn series, episode 2 or possibly 3, Walt murders somebody. Can anybody tell me who Walt murdered or how he did it? It's a trick question. I just gave you a loaded trick question. What's the answer? Go ahead. I'll ask you the question one more time. This is a Breaking Bad question. In the second or third episode, Walt murders somebody. Who and how? And the reason I'm asking you that is, can't blame you, cannabis isn't legal here. Where are you at, Luke? No, second or no. No, Jay, no. No. Second or third episode, Jay. You're way in. You're way in on that one. Jesse doesn't have a girlfriend yet in the second or third episode. Good guess, though. I remember The Murder in the Desert. Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. Who and how Walt murders someone? This is a trick-loaded question. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is a trick-loaded question. Who did Walt murder and how did he do it? Who knows the answer to my trick question? No, Walt didn't murder Hank in the second or third episode. It's not even a good guess. I'm talking about season 1, episode 2 or 3. Very beginning of the series, guys. It's shocking, I know. You forget. And there's a reason I'm bringing it up. Killed the person he was. No, Michael. It's not that tricky of a question. Please. Killed the person he was. You're at a loss? Really? Are you guys giving up on me? You're giving up on this Breaking Bad quiz? You guys ready? I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. I think I wait. No, man. Gus, he didn't kill Gus in the second or third episode of Breaking Bad. Danny Smith. Walt kills the Count. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for me to reveal the answer to the question I'm asking? I'm just going to get myself high. I'm just going to get since nobody got this one. Let me know when you're ready and I'll give you the answer. Okay? Remember, I told you, it was a trick question. It was a loaded trick question. Oh, you want to keep guessing. Y'all want to keep guessing. Okay, well, I tell you what. You go ahead. Oh, Phil wants to know. Phil wants to know. You just got kicked out. Thank you for telling me. I saw we'd lost a few people all simultaneously. Lost like 4 people. Boom. I've seen that. I watch it happen. Okay. I'm going to tell you. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pack this bowl and I'm going to tell you. All right. Walt and Jesse. Well, Jesse goes back to try to sell meth. Yeah, I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to tell you guys what happened. Jesse goes back. This is as soon as they make their first batch. And Jesse's like, holy shit, this is the best meth I've ever seen. I'm going to go sell some of this. And yeah, and Walt's like, yeah, find someone that will sell this for us. So Jesse brings 2 guys back in a pimped out car. Emilio. Right, Jay, right. Right. Who's the 2 guys? The guy and his cousin, right? With acid. Jay gets it. That is correct. Jay's got it. Yes, Jay. That is exactly right. They are forcing Walt. So they kidnap Jesse. They force Jesse to show them the location where they're cooking at, right? They're all, the 2 of them are in there holding Walt hostage, forcing him to show them how he makes it. And Walt grabs this red oxo, whatever it was, and throws it into the mixture of what he's making, and he moves to the side, and it explodes, right? And these guys are knocked down by the blast, and he gets out of the fucking RV, right? Him and Jesse are in the RV. The 2 guys are laying in the back. They've supposedly been poisoned to death, right? They run the fucking RV off the fucking road. You know, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad yet, there's something fucking wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. What's wrong with you? It's one of the best goddamn shows ever put out. And Jesse looks in the back, and one of the guys is still alive. So, to answer the question, it's a trick question. Walt murdered the first guy with the initial explosion and poisoning. If you remember, they were trying to get out of the fucking RV, and Walt held the door closed while they asphyxiated inside that RV. Remember that? He held the door closed. They were beating on the door. They couldn't get out. They choked. When they were in there, they thought both those guys were dead. Only one of them was dead. The trick question is, Walt killed 2 motherfuckers, not one. Walt murdered 2 people, and the second murder, he choked the motherfucker to death with a bicycle lock. That's how the fuck he did it. He killed 2 people, not just one. Walt murdered right off the bat. And you guys, all of you, when you have sympathy for Walt, you're supposed to remember that he murdered people. 2 guys at the very beginning. And one of the guys that he murdered, He had tied up. He murdered him while the guy was tied up. He premeditated the murder. So Walt was a premeditated, he wasn't just defending himself. He is a highly, highly flawed character. And you forget it when you get into season 2 or season 3 or season 4. You start fucking forgetting what Walt did. You know? And that's because it is so long and it is so drawn out, it is so well written that you start getting sympathy for him, a lot of sympathy for him. He's a very conflicting character, and I gotta tell you, when you're watching Breaking Bad, it's like you're watching fucking genius. These guys developed characters. It was just genius. All of the conflict that was going on. Unbelievable. How dare you not watch Breaking Bad? How dare you not watch Breaking Bad? I don't understand the motivation behind not watching that. The best goddamn show I've ever seen. It is fucking... Dude, I could watch episode over and over and just the same episode over and over again. The photography, right? The photography. The way the story flows. The story, the plot. The characters. The building of the characters. The breaking down of the characters and understanding them. And going back in their lives and understanding where they are today. And then Better Call Saul, building that even stronger for you. How dare you not have watched it? How dare you? Dude, who do you identify with in Breaking Bad? There's so many different characters in it, Who do you identify with the most? And when you think about the fact that almost every single one of them is a willing participant in what's going on, No, I haven't seen it because it's such a stupid name, Luke. That's why I haven't watched it. Peaky Blinders. So silly sounding. Badger. Yeah, Badger's cool. Badger's cool. Badger's a cool dude. Dude, that shit in Better Call Saul last night was fucking crazy. I'm not gonna discuss that because I understand if you haven't seen it yet. I'm fucking TiVoing that shit. On my DirecTV. It's not TiVo, but it's my DirecTV. And man, that shit last night was awesome. But I have a very hard time watching it one episode at a time. Being able to see 2 episodes in 2 days, it was okay. It's just enough. I didn't get the shakes yet. But I'm going to get the shakes tomorrow for sure. I'm just going to be like freaking out. It's funny? I've got friends that I think of when I watch Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. I literally have friends in life that remind me of many of those characters, not just the way they act, but the way they look. I mean, I literally have a friend that looks almost identically to one of the characters in Breaking Bad. Almost like twin brothers. You know, it's like they could literally be brothers. It's fucking hilarious. You know, I can I can somewhat identify with some of the Are you guys getting kicked out again? Will somebody tell me if you just got disconnected from the live stream? What is going on, man? I have 0 drop frames. Putting out a good signal. Did any of you guys just get disconnected from the live stream? Let me know. I want to know if you've been disconnected from the live show. Left side, right side, left side, right side, left side, right side, left side, right side. Center. Top. Bottom. Back. Forward. Little sound check there. Did you guys, in your headsets and your earphones, did that work? Did you guys hear the sound moving around spatially as you visually interpreted that with your mind? Or no? No. You got booted. Ah! I knew this to be true. I knew this to be true. I knew this to be true. Who was wearing headphones and heard that shit? That shit's fucking crazy. No, I didn't finish my fucking taxes yet. Fuck my taxes. Shit on your taxes. Fuck your taxes. Shit on your taxes. Fuck your taxes. Shit on your taxes. Fuck your taxes. That's an actual song. It's one of the first bands I ever actually produced in my recording studio. Yeah, I noticed the right side wasn't as loud. Maybe I should turn up the right side. Does that make up for... Oh, now it's distorting. Now it's distorting. It distorts, man. What can I do? What can I do? Man, Kathy, Roger, Liquid. I need coffee. Left's louder. Yeah, man. Maybe I should turn down the left side. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn down the left side. Leave up the right side. That's what I should do. Just turn down the left side. Is that better? Yeah, I don't use Open Broadcaster, bro. You assume much. You assume much. Let me check my system microphone input. Windows 10 sucks for this shit. They're not even bringing up the audio properties for me. That's how much Windows 10 sucks my dick. I can't even bring up my audio properties. No, I didn't look for mites. No, let's clean it. He hadn't had a cleaning in over a week, Debbie. Do you realize that, right? I was gone. It was more like 10 days since his ears had been cleaned. My doggy. You guys getting high? Man, I got this whole fucking jar of Keef sitting in front of me. I don't ever fucking... I swear to fuck that used to be a whole goddamn jar of Keef. But I don't smoke it. It smells good. Just never liked the taste of it, really. He is on TV here. Their lid check. I was looking for my blonde roast. Gordon Ramsay. He's on TV here. Gordon Ramsay, the cook guy, the chef guy. Isn't that the dude that's like really abusive to people? It's like really mean, and he says like really mean things. Does Gordon Ramsay say shit like your parents should have never been born? That guy? Is that who I'm thinking of? The chef guy with the blonde hair that's like really super rude? Yeah, Debbie, I live in the fucking mountains, okay? Most people don't have dogs walking through, 6-inch high pine needles, fir needles, oak tree leaves, and dirt every morning when they take their dog out for a walk. Right? He gets debris in his ears. In addition, he has huge fucking ears. Does he look uncomfortable to you? Jay Hiles, what are you talking about? Yeah, piss off, you sad excuse of human existence. Like, your entire gene pool should not even have existed. He'll say shit like that. No, I don't like that guy, man. That's not nice. Look, look. If I say something like that to somebody on here that's being rude to me, it's totally different. He's talking to people that are trying to cook a meal. And they've come on there with the best of intentions, and I don't appreciate. That's why, he's way too abusive to people who do not deserve it. If he was going out and talking to people that were assholes like that, that would be a different sort of entertainment for me. That I would think that would be more like why you watch my show. You know? I try to not be rude to people who mean well. Sometimes I am. Apologies for that, guys. Sometimes I am, but I try to not be. You know? I only have so much control over my own fucked up personality. I'm sitting here doing these shows. It's like all bets are off, man. Everything is on the table. Nothing is off limits. And my brain just, there's no filter. It's whatever's in here is coming out here. There's no lag. No lag time there. You know, the only lag time is from there to you across that slow ass internet connection. You watch my show to laugh. Thank you, Charlie Thomas. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I want people to laugh when they watch my show. I have no fucking control over my fucked up personality. Animal cookies. Man, now see, animal cookies, that's a little older. I like that one. I like the older ones before they start getting all fucked up. Watch his restaurant fixes. A lot of people are selling moldy meat. Okay, well, you're poisoning people then, and yeah, I understand why he's screaming at those people. That's different. That's different, Robert. And yeah, those people deserve to be screamed at. Cheers to that. I can't put him down for what he does. He reaches a lot of people. He inspires a lot of people. That's a good thing. And it is a form of entertainment. It's just abusive as fuck, man, you know? Remember when they came in a box with wheels? What are we talking about? Fucked up personalities? Animal cookies came in a box with wheels with like a bunch of circus. It looked like circus animals like over this like, it's like a circus tent, right? And they had all these animals floating around over the top. That's what I remember. I don't know. That's what my mind is translating that into my from my memory. Yeah, a box. Did it have paper wheels on it? I can barely remember that. Animal crackers. Animal crackers. God damn. I bet you could find a vintage box of animal crackers on eBay. You know? Raw chicken at an idiot who tried to serve it to a customer. Ooh. If you can tolerate his rudeness towards people who don't deserve it, more power to y'all. You know? That's why you watch me, I guess. God damn, what is going on with the freaking chat numbers? Did you guys see that? It is going crazy. All right, let's do a bong rip. If you're just tuning in, hello, welcome to Trendy As Dabbers, home of the doctor recommended and Jimmy Dore endorsed Trendy Pain Oil, where you can learn to make this lovely, lovely, bubbly looking stuff right here for free at trendyasdabbers.com. That's trendy, ASDABBERS.com. Learn to make your own. You can have this right now, or you can get a bottle of this too. But it's at trendyasdabbers.com. It's right on the top. Just you'll see the merchandise. Just click the arrow next to the merchandise and scroll until you find what you're looking for. Or scroll down, get the ingredients, which it's only 3 ingredients: coconut oil, 97% to 98%, peppermint oil, 1%, and THC activated, heat activated, 275 degree, 275 degree decarboxylated THC oil, 1% or more, will give you this. And the more THC oil you put in there, the darker the oil will get. This is probably at about, the black cap is about probably 2.5 to 3% THC oil in there. Like I said, doctor recommended and endorsed by Jimmy Dore on his show. Jimmy Dore, Steph Zamorata, they both recommend and stand behind my product. So if you haven't checked out Jimmy Dore, he's on YouTube. Check out Jimmy Dore's show. Oh, look at what David C. Baker Jr. just put up. He literally put up a clickable link, trendyasdabbers.com. There you go, guys. There's the clickable link. And thank you to David C. Baker Jr. who just put that up there. Thank you so much, brother. Yes, that is indeed. Hey, Amy, good morning to you too. That is indeed the website where you can learn all about. And while you're at trendyasdabbers.com, click on the link at the top of the page that says grow 4 pounds. And then you'll see a whole page that'll teach you how to grow 4 pounds on a single plant outside. Once again, guys, like Twitter, it's free. It's free information. It doesn't cost you any money. You download the app Twitter and you can support Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. You go to trendyasdabbers.com. You can get all of this free information and so much more. Links to my videos, links to other people's channels that do very similar things to what I do. Ways to communicate with the trendies. There's chat room links. And of course, you can find yourself one of these cool Nayface hoodies there as well if you're interested in something like that. And most importantly, the place to learn about or purchase your own trendy pain oil, Dr. and Jimmy Dore in Jimmy Dorst. I'm just going to say in Jimmy Dorst. All right. And I'll smoke to that. This is the Orange Bud. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism, tisms for all. No law regarding cannabis. There should be no law regarding cannabis ever. Can't wait until there ain't. And cannabisism, tisms for all. It's like a religion I created a few years ago to protect people from that stupid Religious Freedom Act when you get persecuted for using cannabis. Now, if you are anyone that watches this show and you get arrested in any state that has the Religious Freedom Act, great. Get a lawyer. Tell them about me. Tell them that you follow this show and say that you want a defense based on the fact that cannabisism is your religion. You just say cannabisism is my religion. I can use cannabis however I see fit, whenever I see fit. Your laws don't apply because you have given me the Religious Freedom Act. Religious freedom, my religious freedom, trumps, no pun intended, pun actually intended, any of your previously written laws pertaining to such. So, cheers to that knowledge, guys. Now you know, if you watch my show, that's all you need to let the authorities know that you are protected in those states that have the Religious Freedom Act by your affiliation in your religion. You just tell them I'm a cannabist. Cannabisism, tisms for all. And that's why I say that all the time, because it's literally we are practicing that religion for the only purpose of protecting you if you ever get in trouble. It's not a cult. It's just a fuck you to the Religious Freedom Act, to the federal government, and to anybody that's anti-cannabis. Everyone should have access to it. And we try to live that, and I try to give you things to help you. You know, if you know that this works on dogs, cats, children, grandparents, and you on over 50 uses, that's going to help spread the good word about cannabis. So this is one of the best ways I know to get the word out there and get access for all. We are a very ignorant bunch, us humans. It takes a lot of screaming and yelling to get people's attention. So join up, help us out. Go to Twitter, help retweet some of the things that you see me putting out there. Let people know about the paint oil. Go to watch Jimmy Dore's show. Endorse him, because he endorses the paint oil. All right, cheers, guys. You would need a law like a religious freedom. Do you have a religious freedom law in the UK? Man, I'm coughing up orange flavor. That's so good. Oh my goodness gracious. Where's the black? The true black. True black. Too strong. True black. Too strong. True black. Too strong. I still don't see it. I'm forcing myself to use my right arm. I damaged it from raking the other day. Raking. Like our dear President Donald Trump, dear leader, has told us to rake the woods. I'm raking. I'm doing my part. I'm an American patriot. I'm out there raking. I hope Donald Trump loves me now. The kinds of fires we get here, they don't travel on the ground. They travel in the treetops. It doesn't take much on a windy day. This is what happens. Fire on the ground. Starts on the ground. Could be lightning strike, but usually it starts on the ground. Could be a telephone pole, could be up top. Now, doesn't matter. If the fire starts on the ground and there is a dry, dead tree somewhere, that dry, dead tree is going to catch on fire and burn upwards. If it's next to another tree that's dead, like that's been attacked by pine beetles, that tree is going to go ahead and start burning. If that tree falls over and hits another tree, that fire is going to be burning so hot at that point that it doesn't matter if those trees are alive or dead. When it falls into them, they're going to catch on fire. And if it's windy, those flames go across the tops of the trees. And there's plenty of dead trees out here that really speed that up because they're adding fuel to the fire. And it doesn't matter if the floor of the forest is raked or not. Those fires, I've watched it myself personally, and I've watched the fire literally travel along the tops of the trees. It's one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's what it does. It goes, the winds blow it right through the tops of the trees. And unless you've seen that personally, firsthand, I had to drive out of it. I was watching the tops of mountains burn like that, and I was thinking to myself, God damn, there's not going to be anything left. It's going to be completely desolate. And that those trees are sticking out of the ground still to this day like toothpicks. All the branches, all the leaves are gone. It just looks like spikes coming out of the ground. And a lot of those trees have fallen down. It looks horrible in a lot of places. And those trees stuck out of the ground for so long, for 2, 3, 4 years, because it wasn't the bases that was burning, it was the tops of them that was burning. Of course that killed them, but the bases stayed there because they didn't burn up. So anyway, I'm raking, making these beautiful paths. I've got roadways and shit, and I look up in the trees, and I see nothing but full canopy. There's no breaks, and I realize that's my problem. It's not down here. Because if a fire comes through here, it's going to come from up there. You know, I saw it happen. I was at my friend's house. And this was after my girlfriend at the time and I had stopped. We had parked. We were watching the fire go across the tops of the trees on a mountain. And then my ex-girlfriend, she pulls up. So it was surreal. Me and my girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend, we're all standing there together watching this fucking fire going across the mountain. And then me and my girl got in the car and we went over to my friend's place. And we were over there because the fire looked like it was kind of in their area. And we were concerned. So we went over there and we were very calm and we were watching this 747 drop this flame retardant. And we're like, they're going to put that fire out. We could see it where the fire was. And we could see where the planes were dropping this flame retardant. And it was getting closer and closer. But we were thinking, they're going to get it. They're going to stop it. They're on it right now. They're going to stop it. And the next thing you know, just like I told you, the tops of the trees from the top of the mountain, we saw the flames come up over from the top. It wasn't the ground burning. We saw the flames from the top, and those tops of the trees were all on fire. It was coming towards us. We were standing on a balcony above it. We were on a mountaintop looking down, and there was a line of trees that were on fire, and it was coming up the mountain, and it was not burning the ground. And we all looked at each other and said, we got to go. That fire's coming up here, and they're not stopping it. It was there. This is another surreal, shocking moment. You know, when we're just, he's got kids. He's got 2 kids. He's got to get them out of there. You know, I can't remember. They had the baby at that time. I don't think they had the baby yet. No, maybe they had the baby. But they had their other 2 kids for sure. And they're like, we didn't grab anything. We didn't grab anything. And my buddy was like, we have to go right now. We have to go. There wasn't time to grab anything. They left everything. They got in their cars. We got in our truck. And we got the fuck out of there. By the time we got to the fucking top of the mountain, their house was already on fire. And there was one fire truck. And we had to go. It was just coming up so fast. Yeah. So that was we got, you know, evacuated. The National Guard came in and they were literally parked at the end of my street. And we had to stay at a friend's house for 2 weeks. You know, we were checking the goddamn, we had an app. And the app, every few hours it would update and it would show the progress of the fire. And we, on this app, we could see our house. We could see exactly where it was. And the fire was burning in a line like a V, right? And this fire burned so big, and it was the shape of a hand. Okay, this is what the fire looked like. It almost looked like a fucking hand. And our house was... I can't see that. Let me get something... Oh, here you go. Here you go. Yeah, here you go. Our house was right there. And that space, this was 76,000 square acres, right? And that space between the house and that line right there was 1 mile. It was 1 mile away from the house, and it was burning all the way around, but it didn't get all the way north of the home. And every day we checked that fucking app, and we could see that hand growing around the house, and we knew it was close, and we had no idea if the house was still standing or not. No one knew. No one was allowed in. You couldn't get in. You couldn't get past the National Guard. Once you went out, you were out. They had they had they had all the freaking highways blocked. Everything. You couldn't once you were out, you were out. They it was a massive amount of acreage they had blocked off. And you couldn't get there. It just wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I had all my guitars in my truck, my amplifier, my acoustic guitar, you know, my cat and my dog. That was basically it. But we got evacuated 3 times from this house. That was just one time. I've been evacuated 3 times. Stayed one time. We'd been evacuated. We're ordered out. They didn't come to the door because they didn't see the house. They didn't know our house was here. So we stayed for 7 days after the evacuation order, and that's one of the scariest things I've ever done in my entire life. So we had to drive through fire to get out. We saw horses running down the side of the road. It was a nightmare. Everything was on fire. On both sides of the road, everything was on fire. We were driving down it. When we drove out, when we got through the highway, cops looked at us like, what the fuck? Was like, where the fuck are you coming from? You know, they didn't think anyone was left back there. We just... No, they don't give you a choice. We were kind of hidden, was the thing. You know? So we had that happen, you know, and that's been happening in the last 5 years, 6 years or so. And then we've got these pine beetles that are in the yard, you know, and they're all around. And now they're in Canada, you know, I hear they're in Asia. They're doing damage all around the world because they can get a foothold now, and they couldn't do it for at least the last 100 years. Um, Now they're just boring right into the largest trees. Man, I saw holes in a tree. You guys, I saw pine beetle holes in a tree. It looked like someone took a machine gun and went just up the tree. That's what it looked like. Bullet holes. And you know why? There's literally bullet holes in a sign at the base of the tree where it's like pow, 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 pow. And then there's like hole, 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 hole. And those are not bullet holes. They're pine beetle holes. Bullet holes, I'm not going to say they vanish, but they don't look like this, man. And this goes all the way up the tree. And it doesn't look much different at all. Hey, what's up? Death Bronco? We've got Bronco and now Death Bronco. Don't think I don't notice these things, motherfuckers. Because I do. Okay? If you want to fucking fuck with my goddamn OCD brain, be my guest. That's on you. Bronco. Psst. Hey, man, nobody even Broncos anymore, pal. Psst, unreal. Nobody even Broncos anymore. Psst, what is that? Would you type that on a BlackBerry? Psst, nobody uses those anymore, pal. Psst, unreal. Psst, psst, unreal. Psst, 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 unreal, pal. I saw where you. It wasn't was, Kathy, were. I saw where you were. Were WERE. I saw where you were taking the sprinkler off your roof and it stabbed you in the foot. Yes, you saw that. And the blood literally shot through the shoe. I saw blood coming straight up out of my shoe. It shocked the fuck out of me. I was like, what just happened? It's plastic. Is that even possible? I'm sitting there staring at it like, I'm limping, trying to be like, whoa, wait. What just happened to my foot? And then I'm like, my foot started getting really warm, and I'm like, man, that doesn't feel good at all. Something's going on down there. I was like, I better get inside because there's blood shooting out of the top of my fucking shoe, and it was a leather boot. I emailed the company. I said, your shoe didn't protect me. I got stabbed by a plastic sprinkler. I fucking almost bled out because your shoe didn't offer me any protection at the base of where the tongue is. It's supposed to be a work boot, yet there's no protection right there. I'm staring at it like, what the fuck just happened? The best way to describe it was bewildered. I was like bewildered. I was like, it was like I've said so many times already in this show. It was a surreal moment where you're like, you're just in shock. You're in utter shock. It's like, is that even possible? What just happened to me? Is that even fucking possible? I just got stabbed with a plastic sprinkler and blood just shot through the top of my boot. How'd the blood shoot through? Because the sprinkler, it was like a tap. It went down, hit a fucking vein, right? Punctured it, and just blood shot out. And as the sprinkler left, the hole was still open and blood went squirt, squirt. I was like, whoa! I was like, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? If you go on Instagram, you follow Trendy As Dabbers, you scroll down and you'll find that post. It's a video and several pictures of my socked blood sock, blood-soaked sock, I should say. You can see that. You can see the hole in my foot. And you can see the sprinkler that did it. It's making me sick just thinking about it. It's Trendy As Dabbers on Instagram. Pretty easy to find. I don't think I have that many photos up. But it's a video, and it's several things. It's a photo and several videos. It might come up as a photo, but when you click on it, there'll be a video there of it actually. You can see it happen to me. There's a video of it happening. So you can see the sprinkler stab me in the foot. You can see me looking down at my foot going, what the fuck just happened? You can see me trying to figure that shit out. Like the perfect storm of failure. All caught on camera. It's a perfect fail. Failboat, failboat. I'm the failboat sailing the sea of fail. On the fail ocean. In my failboat. You guys copy? You guys copy that? Sailboat. It's 4:20 in Newfoundland. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's 4:20 in Newfoundland. I'm just saying. It's 4:20 in Newfoundland. Coming up here in 30 seconds. I'm just saying. It's dictated by this time clock here. Psh, time clock? Nobody uses those anymore, pal. Unreal. Psh, psh, unreal. Psh, unreal, pal. Psh. Raining. Raining. My doggy and my kitty cat are sleeping. They're sleeping. We got this awesome trail to go hiking on now, man. I went and I was like looking for more places to extend it to. But I don't want to use my arm. You know? It's so beautiful. I found this other tree. I'm going to make it all beautiful. Rake around it, you know? Get all the dead needles and dirt and pat it down and make it flat. Make a nice area to walk around. And have these nice areas where you have these big, beautiful trees. Yeah, I'm in California. Cool story. Cool story, bro. It's 4:20 in Newfoundland. That's all you need to know. Happy 4:20. Sun in the south of the Netherlands. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? So I came out of the shower this morning and I looked at for the dog and he was on the bed when I left him there. He doesn't jump off the bed, so I didn't see him. I looked around. I was like, wait, he doesn't jump off the bed. I looked back on the bed and he was right there. I took a picture. He's got that stripe and his head was sideways. It literally looked like the stripe on my comforter. Because my comforter is black with white stripes, just like this. My comforter is black with white stripes, just like that. And his head was down, and it went right across. The stripe continued. He's so camouflaged on that comforter when he's laying like that. It's fucking hilarious. Sometimes his little white-tipped paw will be like right on the stripe, and he goes invisible on that thing, man. It's awesome. Invisible. No law regarding cannabis. Thank you. You guys can hardly... Oh, look, man, this thing's not even on. This thing had me turn it down so low, it's not even registering on the left side. That's terrible, man. Is that better? That should be better now. How's that? Does Rogan like to snuggle with me? Yeah, he loves it. You know, if I could jump up here, he'll jump up on top of me and lay on top of me sometimes when he's in the mood. But when we go to bed at night, I'll put him on my bed, and then I'll get into bed, and sometimes he'll turn a circle around or whatever. He'll try to get comfortable, but then he'll come up and he'll get right up against me. He'll put his butt like right here, and he'll just lay down. I'll already be laying there like this. He'll just come in and just lay right against me. He freaking loves it. He's sleeping right now. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for tuning into my show. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys enjoy your days, and your evenings, and your lives today. I see you on the next broadcast. You guys want to support, go on over to Twitter, go watch all of the hashtag Nays High School. Nays High Schools. By typing in hashtag Nays High School. They'll all pop up for you. Just type it in the search. All right. Bye, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.